I should be more impressed by how he managed to stick his CD in a VHS player, but I'm more impressed by the Michael Phelps swimmers he has in there, cause they found
My brother, he cracked a dragon. Who cares how it happened? He cracked a dragon! Listen, it's like you go ahead and your homie shows up with $1 million after fiending for that money for so long. Do you really care how he got it? No, I don't care how he got it. All I know is the fact we rich. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're here to watch another video. Today we're here to watch cartoon couples. Now, honestly, I was going to make this video until I saw the thumbnail of All Might ripping the absolute ever-living crap out of Deku's butt cheeks. But hey, you know what? It encouraged me a little bit, and you know what? Let's see. When it comes to cartoon couples, I think that there's a good amount of them that we think that should be, shouldn't be, and quite questionable. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. If you guys want to watch the original video, links in the description down below. And let's go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey, stop there. It's the season of romance, and instead of looking for Valentine, give up, cause ain't nobody wants you. And drown your sorrows by watching me and my Valentine talk about the best and worst couples, shipping, and rather questionable. Questionable. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Donkey and Donkey and the Dragon. Meanwhile, you happen to flash this across my screen. This is exactly what drawed me to this. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Don't think that I was part of the files. I'm not. But it's just no. Oh no. Like this should have been questionable. Whatever happened with Donkey the Dragon is fine. We've made the memes. We made the jokes. They've already had children. It's fine at this point. They're two animals. But this, I'm sorry. I cannot. We're going to have to pause it right there. And rather questionable couples in animation.
It is your friendly neighborhood goblin here. Don't worry, you're going to hear from Ike again. But for now, we're in the same boat. In the nude. Everything is gonna be alright. I'm a warrior.
I'm not gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The Boondocks version was not as terrifying as Prison School. Prison School, that one right there. That one right there was worse than what Boondocks put on. I laughed. Prison School, I shuddered.
Let us talk about good couples first. A good couple is two individuals who don't only love each other, but have a mutual respect, trust, communication, and importantly, shared values. You and your lover won't realistically last long if any one of these are absent. Rick Bone and Eileen are a great example. They mostly stayed the same since the start. Rippy is still a troll and Eileen is still a nerd. We've seen their issues and insecurities, yet they still nurtured and made their relationship work out. Something Mordecai struggles with despite being a grown man. Dating isn't supposed to be perfect. It never will be. Your flaws make you unique to your lover though. Ricky and Eileen both had flaws, like how Eileen never really fit in and Ricky was a stupid dropout who can't even spell diploma right. This man said diploma. Man, on to the next couple.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Rigby and Eileen, one of the best couples that came out of a regular show, man. I couldn't keep watching Mordecai drop the ball, man. Oh, couldn't keep watching it, man. I'm glad he got his act together. He's finally found a woman who's willing to settle down with. But my lord, sir, please, for once.
Spider-Man and MJ. I've never seen a more loving partner than MJ. Psych!
I'm so glad he said psych, because I was about to go ahead and say everything. No. Seek therapy. No.
Spider-Man and Black Cat are a healthier couple for one another than MJ. The actual couple is Clark Kent and Lois Lane from My Adventures with Superman. let me make this clear. Do not compare Lois to Amber. We don't bend, we won't fold. We'll not kneel to the succubus. We can't submit to these little school boys. We shall not. Lois tried to tell.
Bro's got a good sense of humor. I like it. But yeah, like, we are not going to go ahead and listen. I will say this before we even get to what he was going to say. Whenever it comes to these superhero things, these superhero tropes where like they keep their identity so that the people that they love don't get in trouble, because, you know, it's easier to go after the people that they're most close with. But you go ahead and getting mad at the person that's trying to protect you for a very legitimate reason is a trope that I like. Listen, it's one thing you want to be initially upset, but then after hearing them out, then you can see why they did it. But sometimes they be like with Amber. Amber knew that thing for 3 months and she was still mad and she still gave Mark a hard time. Lois, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure she was upset too, but nonetheless, come on. Let's think here.
Clark, he can reveal his secret identity to her. After all, she's a reporter. It's legit both her and his job to uncover the truth. Therefore, she's justified, especially since her best friend Clark is lying to her, just like her FBI, CIA, Sector 7 father who lies to her a lot. Notice how I said father and not dad. It's still idiotic to jump off a skyscraper because Clark could have easily been just an average Joe, and then she just...
That too. Because what if, like, take this from, let's look at it like this. If, let's just say that Clark was a regular person and she did that. GG is my guy. That's it. But let's also think about it like this. Clark is Superman. Let's just say Superman just so happens wasn't the caring Boy Scout that we all know and love him to be. Let's just say he was kind of like, let's say, Omni-Man. He understands the fact that his body, his life, where he comes from and whatnot. Let's just say that he grew up like Omni-Man or whatever have you. You think he care about saving you? Absolutely not. That man probably like, oh, well, there goes another one. So, what's to say? Another 5 years of dating. Who cares?
Lands with a concrete ground and then she makes headlines. I love this couple because they're cute and it has this nostalgic modern romance to it. It's literally simple romance writing that doesn't have the cliche will they, won't they situation. Now the last couple is from Intergalactic. I can't play new mode in the background because of copyright, so I'll play this instead. Alright. Okay, this movie is amazing. It released 2022 and it's still so cool. It's a love story about two creative dudes.
Whoa. What did he say? Whoa, hey.
I was trying to make that rhyme. It's a love story about two creative people trying to find love without losing their own grit. Jabari is an artist and Meadow, I think I pronounced that wrong, is a photographer. Their romance is modern in every way. It's warm, sometimes silent, sometimes freaky, but borderline real. And that's something most people won't experience. These two are ambitious. Look, when you and your best friend have ambition, that's a strong relationship. But when it's you and your lover with that ambition, you'll nearly be inseparable. Before I pass on the mic to Ike, let's just admire how beautiful this movie is.
Listen, it's definitely got to be the people behind, it's either the people behind Into the Spider-Verse or people who just know how to do a similar style. Because honestly, I love Into the Spider-Verse. I love the Spider-Verse movies. They have a phenomenal art style. And this right here, like, this is a movie, I gotta check it out. I definitely gotta check it out.
It's like watching Spider-Man on About the Spider-Verse. See what I did there? Sometimes it's like a fever dream and it's so easy to get immersed into it. It's like Spider-Man through the Spider-Verse, but we're on the other side of the city, away from all the carnage. You know what? We're gonna make a video on it in the near future. Any horse, it's on to you.
Hey, I've been meaning to talk to you for a while now.
I just have something to get out of my chest. I love you, and I'd like to take you out for Valentine's Day.
The hell? Ha! Hello?
Well, time to shit on Valentine's Day. These two are not the same. Here's a quick flex. I read Invincible.
Okay, my boy. Listen, he's speaking so much facts right now. Like, I don't know what happened. What had happened here? Like, we got this Amber, and then we got this Amber. What happened? Because we've got the reasonable Amber, and we got the unreasonable Amber. Why did we decide to go down this route? I have to ask. Somebody please explain this change up, this switch up to me.
The same. Here's a quick flex. I read Invincible ages before the show came out. And no, it's not cause white is right and black is whack. Because my nickname is Ash, cause I'm trying to catch 'em all. If it ain't black, I ain't gonna crack. If it ain't white, definitely not love at first sight. If it ain't Asian, I'm sorry, but I ain't chasing. If it ain't Latino, then don't say hello. If it ain't Arab, I ain't trying to see the Twin Towers. If it ain't brown, I can't stick around. Heck, even if it ain't mixed, bye-bye, cause we ain't having kids. Comic Amber found out Mark was invincible when Mark told her, then broke up with her, as she can't emotionally handle the stress that comes with the superhero life.
This is reasonable. Like, this is truly reasonable. Like, see, this is what I liked about the comic version, because this is the most reasonable version. Like, it's gotta be drama. They just had to add the drama, isn't it? Like,
while in the show, Mark makes the reveal. Amber snarkingly says she found out ages ago, meaning that she gave him all that stress for no reason. This, out of respect, female dog knew this entire time, and instead of being understanding or bringing up so they can talk through things, she decides the best course of action is to make Mark's life a living hell. Do this, you know, saving the world you live in. Not to mention survive while doing so, all the while trying his very best to be a good boyfriend. And you want to complain that he missed showing up to some damn soup kitchen with you? Everyone there, including you, would have all been dead if it wasn't for him.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. But I remember when this thing popped off, bro. Everybody, like, on my timeline, I had nothing but Amber this, Amber that. And you know what? It was very much justified, because what?
She knew what was going on and could have left at any time. I'm sorry, but Amber's a bitch, and I hope she gets down already. Next couple to shit on is Agent and Marionette. First off, I know they're dating. Secondly, I don't care, cause this shit.
Why you had to use both Diddy and R. Kelly? I gotta ask. You just gotta be shocked at this point. Like, out of the two, out of all the people you could use, Diddy and R. Kelly. Hey.
It is a national shit. It had no business dragging for one movie.
Damn.
And 122 episodes. I always hated it because realistically, this shouldn't have worked out at all. Marionette is down bad for Adrian. Adrian is down bad for Ladybug. One is attracted to a superhero and the other is attracted to the popular dude. One is trying to sleep with the alter ego of someone that doesn't care for her, while the other is trying to sleep with someone who's faking their personality. In case y'all start crying in the comment section, Marionette is a clumsy, shy, and nervous girl. But Ladybug is a brave, strong, independent woman that barely makes mistakes. Adrian is this cool guy that doesn't feel the need to say much, but Cat Noir is always yapping and saying dumb one-liners. Marionette doesn't have a reason to act shy and clumsy. If truly she was the same even after putting the mask on, then she'd have confessed the feelings ages ago. Adrian comes from a strict, rich family, so it makes sense why he's faking his personality in order to maintain his social hierarchy. That's why, when he has the mask on, he feels like he can be him without getting judged. Don't get me started on the whole family and Luca bullshit, or I'm gonna crash the fuck out. You know what? Let me relax. And because I'm inclusive, fuck Cora and Asami. I don't mind gay relationships, less competition for me and more options I can eat. And although I like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, it's still sad to see possible candidates turn to the dark side. However, Cora and Asami can both have never-ending period pains. I mean, who dates someone that tried to hook up with your ex while you and your ex were in a relationship, and only that succeeded after you two broke up? She was so toxic from the start. This came.
You know, that was the thing for me. I couldn't place why. Like, I had no problem with how the show ended. I didn't really mind most of what. Like, I'm more focused on the action, but something about how she was just moving around, you know, with between the different characters, kind of just it just rubbed me the wrong way. It really did, and I wonder if this is also a part why people just like Aang more than Korra, because it's just there just was none of that. Like truly, there just was none of that. But nonetheless, like it was just the dynamic was just weird. Like, you're trying to get with this person, and then this happened, and you got this person, and let's not forget what happened to Bolin. Poor Bolin. Bolin, my boy went through it. My boy went through it. Almost ended up with her cousin, and that woman almost treated that man like a dog. Please, Opal. Okay.
Out of nowhere, because they have no chemistry whatsoever, and was only revealed at the closing scene of the entire show, with the only evidence of the build-up being Korra saying that they sent letters to each other during the time skip. You mean to tell me we had to sit through the love triangle involving Bolin, Marco, and Korra, and then another love triangle involving Marco, Korra, and Asami, which led to a breakup between Korra and Marco, therefore making Marco and Asami date, only to break up after Korra loses her memory and think they're still dating, and Marco losing Asami because he decides to try to date both of them, then end up losing both of them, went through all of that, and Marco fading into obscurity, only for these two to fall in love equal each other on screen? What do we do to y'all? It felt like the writers took the
Whoa! So what you trying to say, brother? Because I'm not willing to go ahead and say it must have been the wind, because that was not the wind. It was on screen for too long. You trying to say you like it when a girl put it be digging up in there a little bit? Okay, boy.
Pulled out some bullshit and said, "Now my finger. I got that shit out of my face." All this was made with a bootleg Sugo more than an actual interaction. Then they try to blame constructive criticism as anti-quote, homophobic, and vitriol nonsense. Hiyoshi was also part of the Rainbow Nation, and we think she's a badass. Make it make sense.
I know that I dislike too. Like, literally, if we look on, like, listen, there are many examples where you see characters that barely have any let's look at let's look at, for example, and this might be a stretch, Hinata and Naruto. A lot of people say that Naruto should not have ended up with Hinata because the interaction between the two wasn't as deep and as long as it wasn't as close with Sakura. Then they felt like Sakura should have been with Naruto, being the fact that why would she still end up with Sasuke? Lord have mercy. And you would think that'd be the case, but he ended up with Hinata, and people are saying, "Oh, it doesn't make sense because they weren't, close." Yeah, Hinata loved him, but they wasn't together like that until we got to the movie, and Naruto versus Pain. You get what I'm saying, but. Yeah, a lot of people will go ahead and say that doesn't make sense because if they don't have that much screen time and the only thing that you have to grip on is literally that they've been sending letters to each other in the time skip, that's not enough. It doesn't give the people who are watching this enough time to go ahead and get used to this character dynamic. These two going in that direction. It doesn't work. Especially when we've seen them on screen for the entire time the show's been on.
Zeus, your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus.
I'm gonna make this quick though. Let's yap about shipping. Shipping is the physical transport of goods, cargo, and or merchandise from one location to another via land, air, or sea. This video is proudly brought to you by FedEx and UPS. because I'm fed of my ex hitting me up.
Get off the stage!
Shipping is when fans pair up two, sometimes more characters together in a romantic relationship. From this, we get fan fiction and fan theories, like how people believe an alien robot who's millions of years old is considered a god on his world and has fought a million-year-long war in which his side was overwhelmed, outnumbered, and even outclassed, is willing to clap 40-year-old human cheeks.
Excuse
Worse than
me?
fan theories is fan art. Now this art is beautiful, no doubt. I can't even draw in hand. But pairing Deku and Bakugo is atrocious work, when we all already know that they are straighter than your male appendage, assuming you're a guy watching this. Look, I have no problem with shipping, but it can get out of...
Are we gonna go ahead and miss the fact that not you blurred Bakugo and Deku, but you allowed these images of All Might in Deku? I don't see how it makes sense. But okay, that's fine. Artistic creativity and direction and all, I guess.
And people are crazy, and I know for a fact there is someone out there like this.
Let's never split.
Anyways, that's enough of me. I'm not gonna come back in this video. It's Ike from now on. Enjoy your lovely day, and happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, sorry for my negative energy earlier. During this break and through some self-reflecting, I realized that no doesn't indeed mean yes. Ike wants me to chase her. Anywho, cartoons are weird, and because we're used to how weird it is, we don't get to ask the very
Hey,
important
yo.
questions I will take upon myself today to ask in our final segment. Exhibit A. How did this work out? Like, how was it done? In fact, what was more effective to get it done? Dragon style? Or Rich Donkey Girl? I should be more impressed by how he managed to stick his CD in a VHS player, but I'm more impressed by the Michael Phelps swimmers he has in there, cause they found
My brother, he cracked a dragon. Who cares how it happened? He cracked a dragon. It just, listen, it's like you go ahead and your homie shows up with $1 million after fiending for that money for so long. Do you really care how he got it? No, I don't care how he got it. All I know is the fact we rich. We are rich. Now I know that's a terrible way to think. That's a terrible way to think because honestly, yeah, you would want to know where he got the money from. But still, we're rich. Like at that singular moment, all I'm thinking about is like, damn, how much my cut at? It's like we were in the trenches fiending for money together. What is how we divvying it up? That's the first few questions out of my mind. Then later on, I was like, wait a minute, how did you get this money? Like, I was like, you did what? Huh? Did he? Like, I heard a 5-letter word. It was DIDDY. Do I? Are you able to sit down? Like, you know, these are the questions.
the One Piece which were, in fact, golden eggs. Heck, while y'all listen to David Goggins for motivation, all I need to think about is the journey Donkey's kids had to take, cause that's more inspiring. Exhibit B. How does a cat that had an entanglement with a rabbit give birth to a cat and a rabbit? This one was really confusing, so I decided to watch a documentary on it. Exhibit C. Is this a crime, right? More importantly, if they were to do the dirty, one of two things would happen. One would lead to the death of Barry, and the other would lead him trapped in the Forbidden Vortex. Exhibit D. Aang needs to get locked the fuck up. Before y'all start rolling your eyes thinking about it, Aang was trapped in the ice for a full century since he was...
Are we really gonna go ahead and start talking about the fact that he was 100 years old? Boy was in stasis. At this point, he's still the age that he was. Like, listen, body might have been 100, but mind and everything else, this is literally still the same age. It's kind of like Futurama, but that might be a stretch. I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think. But honestly, I've heard this argument, but still, you know what? Let me let him finish. Maybe let me let him cook.
12. This makes him a 112 years old man dating a 14-year-old girl.
Now this is just diabolical. He wasn't even a man. Man's whole body was literally in stasis. How he listen. That's what I'm saying. He literally in stasis. I don't think
this really counts. This is like a loophole, if anything. You can't be a man if you were never able to grow up, body and all. So I don't know if that has to do with like the Avatar state and whatnot, because he had the arrow was glowing. So I don't know, but still.
Even if you don't believe those 100 years count, then what about the fact that in 4 years, Korra will be 18 while Aang is 16? Pick a side. One of them is a victim.
He has a point. Okay, he has that angle with Katara, but still, like, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into the argument about whether or not that they were in the middle of wartime. So as far as I'm concerned, for all we know, they who knows? But
and the other one is to be locked up. And before any sick individual brings up the age of consent and the fact that Aang was in a coma for 100 years, well, does that mean a man that was unconscious for 40 years since he was 7 is allowed to date a 7-year-old girl?
Of course not. But see, that's what makes this argument weird, because it's kind of like, okay, like, say you're in a coma, your body is still growing. So that means that you're going to be an older gentleman by the time you like, say you were at 10 years old, you were in a coma and you woke up and you were in your 20s. So obviously you would be classified as an adult by then. But in this way that it's explained, his whole body was literally in stasis. It's like the Futurama, like when Fry was in the cryogenic, capsule, and he ended up waking up in the future. And he ends up in the future. So, in Avatar's way of explaining this, his whole body, even his mental, is still that of a younger person. This is how my mind is rationalizing it, because it's kind of hard, because it's the same argument with, like, what is it, Mokusu's Tensai, the one where, like, that guy got isekai'd and his mind is like a 30-year-old man, but his body is different. Like, but yeah, Aang is still technically 12 in his mind and body, because the first words out of his mouth was, "Would you like to go penguin sliding with me?" or something to that matter. I would listen. If I ever got a chance to talk to this guy and we had like a debate about this, I would love to like get this on video, because this would actually be an interesting debate. Because I don't know, it's a strange, back and forth this would bring about.
Exhibit E. Ma'am, this is beyond 6 foot.
We gonna talk about fire? What is it? Fire breather? Man, that's been a minute. It's been a minute since I heard about this one. But yeah, buddy.
20-foot kaiju.
I mean, technically, if you think about it, right? If we got to bring this up, we got to bring up how Raven was conceived. Her mom her mom was a human. And her dad was the devil himself. I'm just, it's like things like we gotta bring out all the stops.
Not only is this illegal, but how did it even go down? Because they have a kid and magic doesn't exist in this universe. Can we get a film theory on it? I know Bad Pat retired, but his successor runs the channel. I may not know for sure, but what I do know is that BBC is too little for Margaret. No wonder she hasn't dated since. Her quit flapping around like a flag. Ain't nobody satisfying that. Only way this would make sense is if Balak has gorilla energy, because here's a fun biological fact. Gorillas have small dick. Don't ask me how I know that. Great movie though. It's called Fire Breather, and me and Marco will make a review on it once he finally decides to watch my recommendations. Now for the last one, I have questions, alright? Unlike the ones I've mentioned, I'm trying to find out how he pulled it off. I think it's time we talk about the myth, the legend, the smooth operator, Grandpa Max.
Now talking about Fire Breather, it's been a minute since I've seen the movie, but Doesn't his dad have like a shape shifting form? Because yeah, think about it. In order for this to actually work, he has to have a shape shifting form. So that's the only way I could think of this is happening, because they said, because I ain't gonna lie. Listen, look at the size of this guy. Do you really think that he's got to be anywhere close to what you try to give an example about? There ain't no way. Definitely still flapping down there. I'm just saying.
For those who haven't watched the show in a while, jog in the memory, Ben and Gwen's grandmother is this chick right here. Yep, Maximilian Tennyson made an alien chick on the job, then completed a different job, if you know what I'm saying. His friends must have been very impressed when they explained to him how he put some mins into a 10. You see, Max got a type, because he didn't do it once. Nah, man, he did it twice because it's nice. The guy's riz is out of this world, pun intended. Ben might have got to play with some alien watch, but D-Max, he got to play with some alien cheeks. Give this man a well-deserved riz edit. Take the floor, Marco. Yeah, never mind. This dumbass forgot to record the outro. Not gonna joke around. On a serious note, we picked this couple specifically because it allows us to give you guys the one true secret to finding love. You see, hello? Greetings. Is this Ike? Full name Isaac? Yes. Oh, great. We have an arrest warrant for you. You have the right to remain. What do you mean you have an arrest warrant for me? It says here for spying and harassing a girl that rejected you both in and out of the internet, despite getting a restraining order. And something involving gorilla penises. Yeah, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Take him away.
Buddy. Buddy. Yo, this video was hilarious. Like, truly hilarious. Well, that was Cartoon Couples by the Irregular Dudes. Honestly, I'm glad I watched this video. This video is actually really nice. But I ain't gonna lie to you. So the Avatar segments kind of threw me off a little bit, because it's like I didn't know what to make of what his argument. Oh man, but yeah, guys. We gonna bring up Aang. We're going to bring up Aang, and we're gonna bring up Aang, and we're going to bring up Katara. But we're not going to think about some of these All Might and Deco photos. Come on. Come on. I listen. Whoever is making these photos needs to be it doesn't need to be studied, but we need to find these people. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Vibe Nation. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Irregular Dudes, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And don't forget to also turn on your bell so you know when I upload. And if it isn't turned on, please go ahead and turn it on. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.